At first, biking in the Netherlands may seem intimidating. Nevertheless, you'll discover that riding in the lowlands can be enjoyable and easy after you remove your training wheels. Dutch bicycle culture wasn't the primarily safe sanctuary it is now. During the late 1960s. Numerous traffic accidents occurred, and pedestrians and cyclists were the unfortunate victims. Before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and turn the post notification on. The Netherlands deliberately chose to develop a bicycle culture in the 1970s. The Dutch have succeeded in making cycling culture safe, enjoyable, and available to both the Dutch and foreigners who want to try it. Just how? Let's discuss it. Number 1. Stay in the bike lanes. They have the city's renowned bike lanes all over. Find the one on the right side of the road and avoid turning in the lane because they're typically one way. When cars are on the road, there will typically be a red marked lane with a bicycle on the pavement. Usually, this indicates where you should ride your bike. Number 2. Try out the back brakes. A classic Dutch bicycle has a pedal or rear brake instead of handbrakes. This means that all you have to do to stop your bicycle is pedal backward. Awesome to try sometimes. Do your best to practice before you get on the road. You wouldn't be the first tourist to try to stop while destroying his shoes. It's good to know that they also have bicycles with handbrakes available for cycling tours. Number 3. Always lock your bike. Despite the fact that Amsterdam has millions of bikes, bike theft remains a significant issue. Due to this, you should always double lock your bike whenever you store it, even if only for a minute. Each Dutch bike features a second chain and a lock through the back wheel. Always secure the chain to a pole, light, or fence. Number 4. Mind the tram. You don't want to end up being run over by the steel monster because they won't stop for anyone. Whenever you hear their renowned bells, be sure to keep your distance. The railroads may perhaps be more hazardous. Every Dutch person has experienced getting stuck in those dreadful rails. If it does, you'll be helpless and almost certainly be able to see the pavement up close. Therefore, try to avoid the railings and only pass them at a steep angle. Number 5. The right-of-way. Generally, a vehicle coming from the right, a car, tram, bus, scooter, or bike, has the right-of-way. So, at every crossing, start by looking to the right. However, there's more. A lot of crossroads will have something similar to this. This signifies that you must stop for other traffic if the triangle's one-sided edge is pointed in your direction. Likewise with crosswalks. By the law, you must halt whenever a pedestrian begins to cross the crosswalk. Most Amsterdammers won't, as far as we know. We will receive points for each tourist we pass, but that is not how the bike trip should work. Number 6. Be prepared for the weather. Nobody can highlight enough how important it is for you to be weather ready. The famous song 4 Seasons in One Day by Crowded House might have been written in the Netherlands. The Netherlands always travels with a raincoat, sunglasses and a hat, shawl, a pair of gloves in the winter, just in case. Dutch did many other things to make the bike rides even safer. Keeping these in mind will make your ride even safer and more fun. Number 7. Create scenic bike paths. It doesn't have to be just bricks and structures either. The numerous beautiful bike lanes to cruise along are one feature that makes cycling in the Netherlands so alluring. If you like to cycle next to trees and other vegetation, the Dutch countryside is a terrific place to do it. The Netherlands boasts several national parks with beautiful views of the outdoors and fascinating fauna to occupy you while your legs are tired, although city parks are ideal for a short bike ride. Number 8. Implement efficient hand signals. It can be challenging to bike in the Netherlands if you don't know what you're doing. However, a skilled cyclist will always give other drivers the signal before turning. Just like in vehicles, taking a left turn, nudge that direction with your left hand. When signaling, you don't need to extend your entire arm because doing so will likely prevent another bicycle from passing you quickly. Because cyclists in the Netherlands ride on the right, you'll typically use your hand to indicate a turn to the left side of the bike lane. Number 9. Put safety first. You can calm down if following these instructions makes you worry about your life. The Netherlands bike lanes are lined with signs and markings that indicate where to go and when to yield to other cyclists. Cycling seems significantly safer, and following the rules is simple. The fact that bike lanes are incredibly smooth adds to their safety as a riding surface. Number 10. Teach your kids young. Dutchies learn to ride bicycles when they're young, so even though it may appear risky, it comes naturally to them as they age. For their first test to get their wheels on the road, most Dutch children between the ages of 10 and 12 take the verkeersexamen. Number 11. Don't wear bike helmets in the Netherlands. Speaking of safety, because Dutch cycle lanes are so well maintained, it isn't common for individuals to need helmets or any other form of bike protection in the Netherlands. Dutch cyclists always get to their destination safely and intact despite riding without a helmet, hands, or additional security. Doing this means you won't ever have to wear a helmet all day and can go about in only a pair of slacks and a shirt unless it's winter. Number 12. Have an intelligent traffic organization. Bicycles have the right of way when crossing through traffic in the Netherlands over cars. Naturally, wasting before crossing the street is always advisable if you encounter a mad motorist. The Dutch have also created several traffic calming techniques that make it much more straightforward and safer for pedestrians and bicycles to move about. Number 13. Offer easy bike rentals. You don't have to purchase a bike in the Netherlands and risk having it stolen 2 weeks later. Instead, you may pay a monthly membership fee and rent a bike through businesses like FETs. With the Dutch bike sharing scheme FETs, you may rent a bike if you only need it for the day. With a bike, it's precisely like taking public transportation. If you're spending your bike days in London, other possibilities are black bikes or easy fights. Number 14. Create helpful and handy bike accessories. They need bikes that make their lives easier when there are thousands of cyclists. Dutch motorcycles are therefore altered and tailored to meet various purposes. For example, many bicycles come equipped with child seats for the little ones or windbreakers for chilly days. Several Dutch children can be seen napping in the cargo of the famous FETs while their parents are cycling erratically. Traditional Dutchies. Other worthy mentions include low-slung bikes for the elderly or bicycles explicitly made to accommodate umbrellas. After all, we all know how much rain falls in the lowlands. Number 15. Have multiple places to buy a bike. In the Netherlands, you can find a bicycle anywhere at flea markets, online, and in bike shops in almost every corner. They may also be relatively affordable if you choose a more straightforward model or buy them used. Nevertheless, it would help if you made an effort to avoid shady shops selling used bikes because some of them steal the stock off the streets. Therefore, when parking your bike, make sure that it's locked. Number 16. Allow bikes on trains. Want to move across the Netherlands' many cities? The good news is that bicycles are permitted on Dutch trains. On weekdays, you can bring your bike onto the train anytime between 6:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. On the other hand, you are free to take it whenever you choose on weekends and holidays. Very cool. Number 17. Adapt their fashion sense to cycling. You must dress comfortably to feel at ease when riding a bike. The Dutch are known for wearing comfortable gear, which helps them avoid overheating when cycling so much. And this is encouraged by Dutch culture. Except if you work at a luxurious legal firm, heels are rarely worn, and casual attire is frequently worn to the office. There are many other things that encourage people to ride bikes. Although it's evident that the Dutch government supports cycling, they go a step further by offering bike allowances to employers. Some employers provide tax-free mileage reimbursements up to 0.19 euros per kilometer for bicycles travel expenditures, the same amount as for employees who drive to work. In addition, many Dutch businesses now have more specific tax regulations when utilizing a company-owned bike for personal travel. For our FETs, the Dutch have made cycling easy and enjoyable for everyone else by incorporating it into their culture. So go ahead and start rolling along the red-tinted pathways to enjoy leisurely cycling. And that's all for today. Would you like to ride on a Dutch bike lane someday? Do let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and turn the post notification on. See you next time.